Well, I was just cleaning up after a long day, and I thought I'd go ahead and show you one of these cleaning processes. I have a stack of tissues that are always here next to my desk, and when I get done with stenciling, which I had a friend over and we worked on cards for her, and so we're all making cards as a group of us. So then I take these stencils and I mixed it with a little water because there's a little bit of color on these stencils left over from doing the work we're doing. And I clean them off on this tissue, which I know it's a minor thing that you just wipe it off, go wash it down the sink. But I paid for this stuff and I don't want to let it go down the drain. So I have been playing around with just cleaning them off this way and using this tissue. It gets pretty wet. I just move it over, a couple of them, go to the next dry sheet and wipe it a little bit more. And then it's clean. My stencils are cleaned off. That one's not too clean. Anyway, get those stencils clean. You know, what are you going to do with stuff like that? Well, we created some really pretty things today. One, I just made this stencil. This was scraps left over from gel printing. And I just did a stencil on here to recycle this paper. And it's real cool to work with. So there's a whole stack of blue. I keep it in a paper folder. I've got a huge thing of paper over here of different types of paper, but this is all tissue paper. So I've been saving it, and it's all listed in different colors. So when I need a particular color to go in a book, I can just pull this out, like the reds. And then I've worked on these tissues with stamps and spraying them with water and getting a little more design into them. Not sure exactly what I'll be using them for, but I have been using them in different projects. So this one, this is all the red. So also in this project, I'm going to use this blue in a project I'm working on right now. But you can also take all those tissues and make this paper, adding some of these napkins to it. And these things turn out really pretty. This one, a tissue was sprayed with coffee dye, but it's 3 layers of that tissue paper, so it makes it a much thicker paper to work with now. So what I'm gonna do with them is I'm getting ready to do the Ephemerimber project challenge with the 49 Dragonflies on YouTube channel. And they've already printed up the inspiration list of the words we'll be using in our creations. And I'm going to put mine in a new journal because my old nature journal is completely full. So I need to start a new journal. And so I've collected all my pages of the type of papers I'm going to use. It's mostly brown paper bag, but there's some used music sheets and some eco prints. Some of them didn't really turn out, but I still save them. These are avocado dyed papers. This is an eco print run through a pasta machine. This is a gel print and a stencil on copy paper. This is coffee paper, coffee dyed music sheets. And then some interesting paper here. That's some spray oxide on brown paper bag. So that's one signature. This is another signature, and I'm using the rice paper. So this is the assortment of papers to be in in a journal. And here I have some mamagami paper as a sheet, and I'll sew this and make a pocket. But this is just the beginning stages. Oh, this is the pokeberry die that I made. And, yep, just put it on the papers. This was some paper a friend gave me. Some gel prints. Some oxide spray paper, envelopes. Some more rice paper. And avocado dyed paper, coffee dyed paper, pokeberry, a lot of pokeberry. So these will be the signatures to the journal I'll be making during the month of December with this group online. 49 Dragonfly, she's from Austria, and the other girl, Louisa Hansel, is from Germany. And they've been doing it for 5 years, and I have done it every year for 5 years, and it's a fun project to do. So this is the nature journal that I finished. Let me get this stuff out of the way. So this was the journal I did, I believe it was last year for the challenge. And it's completely full, so I'm ready to make another one. There's all the challenges in here. Oh, it's from 2022 is when I started it for that challenge. And so it's about 160 pages, and there's 20, I think, challenges in here from that group, and they print out a challenge list every year. So these are just pages I added myself with what I wanted to add. You know, the dragonfly wing and some firebush leaves. This is, oh, what the heck's the name of that flower? Daffodil. Some oak leaves. So somewhere in here, so these are things I just collected from the yard every time I found something I wanted to add to nature, and I read a little story about it. This is dogwood, spring of 2023. See, this started December of 23, but I think I skipped around a lot in this book. That's a wasp nest. Oh, this was one of the challenges. It was handwritten note and a memory. So I put the little note inside of a little envelope and made a pocket and a flower to go, for the note to go in, and stuck an old piece of jewelry here that's a bee. And this one was another challenge. Oh, what the heck? Where is the challenge at? A loaded tag. Oh, that's this one, loaded tag. This one is coffee dyed and a specimen card in a dragonfly. So I made the specimen card really giant, and in the card, which usually is, you know, scientists have the glass plates and the insect is inside of it. And so I just used this fabric round and a beaded dragonfly for the collage. And then I added dragonflies to the back. And this is just a whole collection of bird feathers and dates about the hawk attacking the ravens, killing one of the ravens. This is a blue jay's feather under the big tree also where where the hawk probably got the raven. This challenge was bright colors and journal cards. So I just did these bright colored cards and then journaled on them about the birds and things that happened with the birds. Just added a bunch of feathers because it is a nature journal. Let's see what else we have. This was a card I got over in West Virginia. Yeah, I think I've shown this a couple different times. So this is a drawing of an acorn, and then I have, this challenge was splatter and a playing card. So I took round playing cards and designed a fold-out card situation. But this side has all these acorns, different types of acorns. And then it just folds up like this. Then this folds over and opens up. And the white splatters all on it. And then the scientific drawing of the acorn and the description. And then when this closes down, this goes right on top and ties shut. And I have a little string of acorns there. And this little acorn here that the little squirrel has caught an acorn. And then this just ties shut. And some more specimen cards. This was a ruby-throated hummingbird that I found over in Hot Springs when I took a workshop over there with a girl that has an artist residency. And the poor little bird was caught in the bathroom, so I caught him and put him outside, and he left a couple feathers behind. And then this is a big peacock feather that a friend that raises peacocks gave me. And some more dried flowers from the maple tree. Some aster seeds. And this is cherry bloom. I didn't write down this. It must be the yellow buttercup and a clover. I didn't write the names next to them. This challenge was a mason jar and fluff. So I made the jar with a paper tied on the lid, and that's the fluff. But inside the jar, I put lightning bugs and put gemstones on and sewed plastic cover over it to give it a glass appearance. So the whole journal is full of all these kind of specimens. The dogwood tree, and then I write about that. I used a picture from Natural Bridge on this page. A little story about the rooster. And here's a story about the hawk, and drew a picture of a hawk. Still haven't found a hawk feather. This is January 23. This is a feather from my friend in Georgia that gave me her macaw. I think it's a macaw. A feather. She's got pet birds, several pet birds. So this challenge was collage fodder and junk mail. So I took junk mail envelopes, decorated the insides and the outsides painted, adding the bird feathers and stencils. And this is a little scientific note here about cardinals. And there's some red cardinal feathers right here. But all this collage work all through here. And then this side also, with ravens in the windows. And then this is a drawing I did of the herring that flew in one afternoon. This is a faux rice paper with real cotton seeds and cotton. Just the fluff of the cotton spread out. And then this is a lock, but it's made with cinnamon and Mod Podge glue, so it gives it a real rusty look and feel. Heated with a heat gun. And then I started documenting my chickens. So I have a section here, and I did have a logbook in here, but it's not full, but I've been writing about what chickens I get, what breed, how old they are, you know, when I get them, and that will go into the new book, but it used to go right here. So I would have record of the chickens. And then when the chickens died, I would draw a picture of the chicken and add it to my book. And there's been quite a few that have moved on to the big cornfield in the sky. That hen, when they come into danger of the hawk, there's always feathers left behind, so I added the feathers to it. This is a corn snake. It was one of the first things I found on the property over at the bridge. Just dried up corn snake, so I put him in a specimen card and saved him. This here is a challenge, and it was about water and an envelope insert. So I drew the creek here, and this is the picture that I added to continue the creek. But the insert in the envelope is this, where it goes on into the envelope and the creek goes in there. So that was kind of interesting to make. Recycled envelope with the covered. And on this side I put Pretty Boy the rooster. And this was a picture of Pretty Boy also. He was a mighty fine rooster. Very good protector. And this one, I added a beach scene to it. Only because I'm from Florida. But I was thinking of the seahorses that I never have seen down in Florida anymore. I used to see them all the time when I was a kid. But they have disappeared. And so it was a flag added across here and a seagull. So I tried to make it one of those stand-up pages. And there's different types of maple leaves in the yard. And planting of different things. Oh, a hawk got one of the rabbits. I'm not sure what this pink flamingo is for. Must have been a challenge. But I don't see anything written about it. So then this is my butterfly area to log some butterflies. So I have this little book in here. And I write down and draw pictures of some of the butterflies. And that book just stays right there. This is another chickenette passed away. Actually died of old age. That's unusual. This is a challenge using old artwork. So everybody's got some old artwork stashed away that you're never going to use or do anything with. This one was done in 2001. Goshen Pass. Evidently, I was sitting out there drawing the gumball tree. And that was the challenge. Use old art. Some more bird feathers. Dogwood tree. Oh, a pretty big butterfly that I got. Oh, yeah, I had seen this butterfly around the garden. A swallowtail. And the next day, I found the butterfly stuck in a spider web, and the spider had eaten it away. These were the Peking ducks, the siblings to the one duck I have, the runner duck I have. Brown paper bag pocket. And here is a picture of the hawk. Killed dove out under the tree, so I have some dove feathers. This was another challenge. Creating a butterfly out of the ginkgo leaves. And I think the challenge was to put leaves here. Leaves and an envelope. That's the challenge. And that's rice paper. You can see it's really thin rice paper with pot leaf in it. And here I just did a paint sample of the different colors that were in the firebush leaf. Bamboo from the bamboo tree forest. And some pockets here with different flowers in it. Christmas cactus. And this was acorn notes, using the tabs down here as little acorns. Writing something in here. I don't know what all is written in here. And here's a little chestnut tree. Is that chestnuts? Walnut trees. Some more bamboo. Little redbird feathers. This challenge was numbers and statements and tickets. So I have this old photo album, several photo albums, scrapbooks from a military guy in the 1920s. And the family was cleaning out the house, and they literally put this stuff at the trash at the road on Main Street. And my daughter saw it and brought it home and said, "Do you want this?" So I was like, yeah. They even had some savings bonds in there. So it was a pretty cool find. But I guess they weren't appreciative of the old man. Something must have happened. Tickets to an orchestra. And I think this is a train ticket here. Train in Los Angeles. And the December. And then this is the back of the book. Yeah, this was just done November 7th. So I haven't done any nature stuff since then. This is a rabbit and a duck feather. I was real concerned that the hawk was going to get the ducks, and the fox was going to get the ducks. And the next day I go out, and there's a pile of rabbit fur, so he couldn't get the ducks, so he got him a rabbit. That's the nature book. The back has a little window in it, and in the window is snake skin. Can't be too queasy when you look at my books. They might have stuff in there you don't want to see. So that's it for the nature book, and I'll be making another one